90% of YouTubers don't have 10 videos on their channel. So if you make 11 videos, you will beat 90% of people who said they want to be YouTubers. And the reason that they stop is because of this graph. So it's so important to understand this if you want to be a content creator. Every content creator goes through this. They first start out, maybe they get a couple small wins, or they're at least energized by making videos. They're excited. They're like, oh, I'm going to be a YouTuber. I'm going to post consistently. And then they get to this point here where things start to become difficult, right? Because their success is not necessarily increasing. Like they're putting in more time and effort, but they're not getting as much success as they expected. They're not getting the viral video. Their videos aren't blowing up. They're getting 10 views instead of 1,000. So it's like they get to this point where they realize that it's harder than they actually thought. But this is where everyone quits. But if you can stick it out past this point, then you can get to the point where it's like accelerated rewards. And this is where all of the rewards are after the dip. It's after this difficult part. But you have to keep putting in effort in order to get past the dip. And that's where you see these rewards. And I know this because I've done this multiple times. Like over a year ago, I was posting on YouTube. I was like, oh, I'm going to be a YouTuber. I was so excited. I posted a couple of videos. I was planning on posting like multiple times a week. Posted a couple of videos, then I saw that I was getting barely any views. I got 0 comments, and I was like, oh man, this is like a lot more difficult than I thought, and I have to put in so much time and so much effort editing these videos, making these videos, speaking on camera, that I stopped. I got to the dip, and then I stopped. But this time, I've now posted for over 40 days in a row. And I've been trying to just get past the dip to see the rewards, because I know if you're just consistent, if you just don't stop, eventually you see these rewards, and those rewards are like being able to do this full time, being able to make money from it, you know, being able to have an impact, having a message. It's like all of the things that you want are past this dip. So don't quit once you hit this dip, because that's where everyone stops. And the reason everyone stops is because it's difficult. And I'm not saying there's absolutely no reason to quit. There are some good reasons to quit sometimes. Like if it's something that you hate doing. But if it's something that you said you want to do, like if you want to be a YouTuber, then just put in the work, post the videos, get past the dip so you can see the actual rewards. Because that's what holds people back. What holds people back is like they start to see how difficult it is. And anything that is valuable will always have a dip. Why? Because the fact that there's a dip is why people quit. It's why not that many people do it. And if everyone did it, if there was no dip, if it was so easy, it would no longer be valuable. Like the reason having 1 million subscribers on YouTube is valuable is because so few people have 1 million subscribers. If every single person in the world had 1 million subscribers, then it wouldn't be that valuable, right? Because everyone has it. It's like supply and demand. So if there is literally anything that has value, then there will always be a dip. But if you just fight through this, then you can see the rewards of all of your hard work. A lot of times people think of success as like this linear thing, but when it comes to content creation, it is not linear. It's very much like this. It's very much like a J curve, because you do all this work, you put in all this effort, but you don't see the rewards until it all kind of happens at once. And once you see all these rewards, this is like the viral video, the video that like makes your channel take off. And it's not just that video that does that. It's all of the work that you did beforehand that gets you to the point that you can have that breakthrough moment, that tipping point. And once you get to that, then you start to see all these rewards. But you have to put the work in order to get to that point. And most people, 90% of people, they barely even start. They make 10 videos. Like 10 videos is nothing. So it's like, make sure that you're at least beating those people and just be consistent as much as you can. And if you're just consistent and you don't give up, eventually you do hit this point, because if your timeline is forever, then eventually you will just get the rewards of what you're trying to do. That's what separates successful people with people who give up, is going through the dip. So don't give yourself excuses. Just make sure that you're being consistent and you're trying as much as you can, and eventually you will hit that. And I'm not saying that there's never a reason to quit. There are reasons to stop doing what you're doing. Like if it's no longer fulfilling, or you realize that you want to do something else that is more important to you, by all means quit. But don't quit just because it's difficult. Don't quit just because you're going through the dip. Like for me, a year ago, I almost quit because of the dip. But now that I really understand this concept, I'm just going to keep making videos until I see these rewards. And I've posted for over like 40 days in a row now. And I'm going to try and post consistently. I'm not going to post every day forever. I may stop that soon. But I'm going to post consistently because I want to see these rewards. I want to have an impact. I want my videos to help people. I want to see all of my hard work turn into something. And I know that if I just fight through this part, then I will get to the rewards. And the same thing for you. If you just fight through that, eventually you see the rewards, you see all of the progress from just all of the effort and time that you put into something that you care about. And the cool thing is that it starts to get easier after the dip. Like as you can see over here, there's not that much more effort, but you're seeing more success, you're seeing more rewards because you build momentum. You learn the skills. Like if it's recording videos, it becomes a habit, like speaking on camera, editing, scripting. These things become more of a habit, which makes them easier. Like think about brushing your teeth. That's a habit, right? It's so easy for you to do because you've done it so many times. Same thing with making videos. So it's like once it becomes a habit, it becomes a lot easier. Of course, there's always going to be some difficulties and some challenges with content creation, but it becomes so much easier the more time and effort you put in. But you can only build that momentum by first going through the dip. So at first, it will not be easy, but it will be worth it. Life's not easy, but it's worth it. Take care.